fucked
Listen,
up.
I'm glad that Lucci up here though, because I did want to talk about this topic, and I think he can have some good input on it.
Boy, Lucha ain't got no damn
At
sense.
Ray
all.
J is one of my favorite individuals. I did actually interview Ray J before. I told y'all that. But he was going through what he's going through. I put the video on the jumbo. Trying to do different things as far as his career, streaming and shit like that. But at the end of the video, he said that the black community each their own, basically. He said white people do it out of them just doing it for hundreds of years, but black people tear each other down and they enjoy it. He was a little upset, but I did find that there was a little bit of truth in what he was saying when we think about, our community and people who are starting businesses, the narratives that we have about people who have grown and excelled and gone forth and did bigger and better things, or even just the shit that we see on social media where we're quick to say something negative instead of highlighting positive. I wanted to see if y'all understood or understood what Ray J was saying. Lucci, you are an entrepreneur that is doing well. When you see negative things as far as coming to your business, is that more black people? Is that more of a mix of people? Like how do you view what he's talking about?
I mean, as far as like negative people, bro, it's only like negative comments. I only get negative comments from like black people, bro. But like black people is my biggest consumers too. So like I can't really just be like, yeah, it's just black people that do X, Y, and Z. You know. As far as like the black community not supporting people, so I ain't gonna lie. I think some black entrepreneurs just feel like just because you black, I should support you. Like that's it. Like motherfuckers don't be having no creativity, and I speak about this like a lot when it comes to like clothing brands. Like a lot of black people just open clothing brands, and majority of them just go ahead and buy a T-shirt, and they go ahead and they put a logo on that bitch and be like, "This bitch luxury, buy my shit." They don't know like they
That's what
don't know
Gucci
like
do. But that's what Gucci do. I didn't mean to interrupt you though.
Gucci don't do that. See that's your problem. Y'all think Gucci just do that, right?
They got a level of quality
That,
that's
that's
going
that's
on
what
over
I'm
there.
saying. Like a lot of like people don't even like when people jump in certain sectors of businesses. It doesn't matter what type of business it is. Even when it comes to like tattooing, there's certain tattoo ink that's better than the other. There's certain like for instance, a lot of people don't know the difference between like regular cotton and then Pima cotton, Egyptian cotton when it comes to clothing. But they want to open a clothing brand. You don't know the difference between that shit. You know nothing about the sector that you're jumping in. You just jumping in the sector and then thinking that just because, you just put a brand and you black, that nigga just supposed to support you. And that's the problem with like business. Nobody thinks outside the box. Even when it comes to streaming, man, you gotta be entertaining. Like Casanat and all them, like them dudes are entertaining. Them dudes been grinding for you. Them dudes, they do entertaining shit, bro. Like them like who else you could watch live blow up fireworks in a house, bro? Like that it's stupid, but it's entertaining. Like niggas is not doing that. Ray J is sitting on fucking streamer talking about how he fucked sexy red, lying on his dick for click views and shit, bro. Shit like that be going on. Like it's just I don't know, bro. Like it's stupid. Like I understand that like we could do better with more supporting, but like the entrepreneurs who are innocent, they need to do better with like better research on like
I
what they doing and
wholeheartedly
shit.
agree with Lucha.
Go ahead, Paris.
I
I paid
wholeheartedly
Paris
agree with
$50 to
Lucha.
see that.
But no, Lucha not wrong. I think I struggle with this topic. When I seen it, I kind of disregarded it. Could it have leverage? Yes. But you also have to look at like when it comes to business, it's more emotional about black people not supporting. And that's always said. And at the same time, everybody black know you just slap black on business on your shit and get automatic black support. So it just can't be both ways, right? Like it can't be black people don't support each other. And then, you trying to emotionally manipulate me into making sure you eat because you black. But then at the same time, if you wanted to start a business, all you got to do is say black owned. And then, you're going to consume off of black people. So I think it's more individualistic than anything. And Ray J don't have none of that smoke for his mama and his daddy who moved him out of Greenwood, Mississippi, and they turned their back like nothing ever happened. So there's that.
Yeah, I do think that there is a level of grace and togetherness that we should show each other. Um, no matter what, honestly.
Nah, fuck that.
I
The restaurant industry, no matter what, I'm sorry, them niggas
no.
terrible.
So
The customer service,
I'm not saying be a part of go somewhere where the service isn't, up to par, or go somewhere and where, you're not getting what you want, or you have to deal with attitude or stuff like that. But even in those situations, there should be a level of grace, because
bro.
I'm 35 years old. McDonald's done fucked up my order plenty of times in my life, and I'm still gonna go back to any one of them bitches and get some chicken nuggets, right?
I wonder
So
who
the
was
level
working.
of grace hold on. So the level of grace that we do show these establishments, right, that are non-black, I think that we have a short tolerance for the independent black owned businesses for some reason that I don't necessarily
Well,
understand. And
Rashad,
so
I ain't gonna lie, with the McDonald's thing, that don't make sense because like you already knew McDonald's had good quality before you even like before like it's not like when a certain McDonald's or a certain fast food restaurant you know for a fact be fucking up your order, you're just gonna go to the same restaurant but in a different location so it don't fuck up your order because it's you at that point know for a fact that it's not McDonald's itself. It's that particular location.
but I never seen a nigga not like, especially the one in your hood that's closest to your house. I've never seen a nigga like not just go there ever again. Like
I
you
want
gonna go back to that motherfucker.
It really just
to.
depends, bro, of like who inside that. Like when it comes to these restaurants though, these black owned restaurants, they be
There we
one
go.
chain restaurants and like the food all over like overall be overpriced and nasty, like just because they just trying to make a quick dollar. Not because like they feel like okay, their food is actually worth this. They don't be knowing how to price that shit. That's just not with the food restaurant. That's what restaurants overall. I mean, that's what black businesses overall. It's a overwhelming majority of like black businesses that don't know how to price their products. They go ahead and they'll price their products and be like, well, I know a whole bunch of like people would be like, well, you will pay $1,200 for that Gucci shirt. You should pay $800 for this shirt that I'm making. That's not how it go. Like that's really not how it go.
Yeah, I don't think that you should patronize places that are egregious, right? But I do think at being black, and there is a level of, I don't know what to call it, loyalty, grace, understanding. I do
Yeah,
think that
I
that
love to
should be
see
the
your grace
case.
after you don't wait a table somewhere, and you don't have to wait that long.
You broke up one more time, DB.
I'm just more so speaking to the spots that's black owned as shitty with customer service more so. The long extreme wait times where there's not really that many people in here, or they understaffed, knowing good and goddamn well it's brunch this Sunday or whatever day it is, right? So it's a lot of shit that come with that.
Yeah, true, but 9 times out of 10, when you go somewhere else and you have that long wait time, you're not giving like the bad reviews, or you're not tearing down, like, to speak to Ray J's point, and where there is a quickness to be able to see somebody that look like you and me, and if you have a bad experience, then we're going to yell that from the mountaintop. Right. And I think we see that a lot in our culture, and where we can't wait for, the bad, even when it comes to, us looking at celebrities, right? We can't wait for the fall from grace. We can't wait to say, he broke now, or he a fuck nigga, right? Instead of bigging up what they do. I think we see that in music a lot, and where we can't wait to say a nigga wash. Instead of all the shit that they done gave us and did for the community, and, probably got us through hard times and played their song at our wedding. Oh, the nigga washed. He
Nah, nah,
washed
nah.
up. And
You
so
know,
just
Tim
like
about to
with
start
Boy,
that,
talking
I
that's
about
so
Drake.
interesting coming from
Boy,
you
y'all
with all
don't
them
tell about
Drake
talk
takes.
about Drake, bro.
I
I
ain't
don't know
gonna,
why you said that, bro. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, boy.
no, so but I think that's true though. I'm not saying that I'm exempt, but I do think that we see that more in our community. And so even with seeing Ray J, was he kind of tripping in the beginning? Yeah, nigga, because you're not interested in streaming, like Lucci said. But to kind of like tear down and can't wait for the fall from grace, and oh, this nigga must be broke. This nigga ain't did shit. This is Brandy's brother. I think that there's a level of accountability in our own community and culture that we have when it comes to these situations. But I'm not immune. I do say Drake is wash. But it's not from a place of like, I don't know, anticipation of him like wanting to like do bad in life and wishing bad. But just from a
No, we
music
just gotta
standpoint,
make.
I think there's a
We just
difference.
gotta stop making excuses, bro. For like just saying, oh, we're black, we gotta do X, Y, and Z, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. There's quality black companies out there, and I'm a full advocate that we should shop with those type of companies, right? But the companies that like be the people who be complaining, if you actually look behind what it takes to like run a business, they don't have it. Like they don't have it together, like at all. Like not even a little bit. They don't have it together. Like the back programs and the front programs, they just don't be having it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I think I said this before, a lot of people have talent in a lot of different things, but they don't have the business acumen. And so they try to monetize the talent without getting the back end information. So it's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. But that's even more reason I think to have grace, in my opinion. Go ahead, Cortland.
I mean, like I agree with Lucci in a way, but I also agree. Like, I also like it's just
You
like
sound
it's
like
a
you
You kind of sound
underwater.
can
muffled.
y'all,
You got a
can
pillow
y'all
under
hear me?
the.
You kind of sound muffled.
Hold on, man.
You had said that Lucy is always right. I heard that
Ah!
shit. I heard that shit, little brother.
No, man.
Look,
We gotta support our
go
own.
ahead, real.
We gotta support our own the way they support their own. I don't give a fuck how bad you is. When I go to these festivals, I'm buying a shirt from everybody. I don't give a fuck about the quality. I'm going to get that shit. If I don't like it, I give it to my little nephew or something. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got a shirt from the festival. I got so many Juneteenth, Black History, all type of shit, paint pictures. I go to Marshalls to be a shirt with a Tupac on it, Poetic Justice, some regular shit. We buy that shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather go to my black man and get that shit. I ain't going to Marshalls or somewhere. I feel you though, but it's like
Bro,
somebody like
that
Can
it
y'all hear
sound
me
takes
now?
good, bro.
Can
But
y'all
the
hear me now?
but
economy,
listen, but it takes somebody like you to get in the game. They need a nigga like you to get in the game if they're willing to accept it.
Can y'all hear me?
yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
we can hear you,
Corey.
Cortland.
No, okay. But what Lucci said was right. But I also do believe that in a lot of ways, um, and I'll just speak from like being in like the media industry, right? Like you see a lot of people who are trying to break into certain things, right? They're trying to get into certain things, and especially black, women and gentlemen, right? And no, they don't get no support from our people, right? Like, you'll get a handful here that'll repost a stream or repost an article here and there, right? But you won't get at mass, right? Black people like, yeah, we got black journalists and these things that are actually doing some things. So like I can understand what Ray J is saying. Like even if he's not interesting, right? On stream or whatever, right? That doesn't mean that you don't support them. Like constant that when they first, if you go back and watch their first streams and shit, them niggas was sitting in like some bum ass like bedroom, right, with like no good streaming equipment, and they was just kind of doing shit, right? Like they were just kind of roughing it. And then as they got older, right, as they got more and more support, like Speed even had a video where he showed from him having one like weekly like viewer or like one daily viewer or something like that. And now this nigga is one of the highest stream, guys in the world, right? He's like I think one of the top two. Him and Kai, I think like jock for like number one, number two. And I'm not just speaking of streaming itself, but in any industry, right? I'm pretty sure Lucci didn't start out making, selling however many purses he's selling now, right? Or bags or whatever, right? Like he had to have some support. I think we all need support when we want to do things, right? Especially as black people, and if our community got behind the things that we say that we want to get behind, we got behind the things that we claim we want to get behind, we will see more, better quality, right? Somebody like Lucci can possibly, like, you see somebody, what I mean, trying to get into the bag industry, you like, damn, your quality shit. Right, you ain't gotta say that, but you can be like, "Hey, man, you might want to like look at this, right? You might want to like holler at this vendor or whatever, and get them the games, the tools of the game so they can be better." But a lot of times we don't reach back, we don't reach down. I'm not saying Lucci don't, right? So don't take that like I'm not saying he don't. I'm saying like a lot of times when we at the top, we don't reach down, we don't reach back, and so the quality is only at the top, and you don't get any mid tier or the lower tiers that can get up and come up behind us.
You know what I find very interesting, that we are quick to kick a nigga down, but soon as one of these white folks, they got a little rhythm, or they can fry some chicken. We inviting them to the goddamn cookout. Y'all naggers are nasty,
I don't agree with that, Rashad. I
disgusting.
don't agree with that. They out of
Rashad.
pocket.
Here's my problem with that, bro. And this is the thing. Like let's just take the cooking videos, right? In aspect, right? Because I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, that little white chick that you know that be cooking
No,
or whatever, right?
with the cooking, all
No,
that
but
shit is
listen
dance.
though. When it come to
That little
shit
white
like
bitch
that,
can make
bro,
some macaroni and cheese.
content,
Nah, I tell
bro,
you.
content. Listen, content is a thing, bro. Like again, people just don't be interesting, bro. Like these content creators, they put in like that work, like especially like the little white chick. Shawty put in work for her visuals and shit, bro, for it to look interesting, bro. Like not just I'm just making something, woo woo.
The quality
Let me
aspect. I
just
got you.
upload it and then just because I'm black, let me go ahead and this shit should go viral. We should do X, Y, and Z. You know how many black creators that actually go viral for cooking because they content is actually good, bro. Like we don't focus on them though. Like and they be having millions of followers, bro. Like real life, bro. But like we focus on the people who not making it because their content is not interested, and then we be like, yeah, it's because we focusing more on, but we'll support this white creator. No, bro, like they content just trash.
I think you can resonate with doing what you gotta do until you do what you can do, right? And so even in the content space, niggas ain't got everything that they need. Niggas can't afford a $30,000 backpack like Kai and them.
You don't need
Like,
that, bro. All you need is an
but at the end,
iPhone. That's it.
but but then that creeps into the space of, well, this shit don't look quality, right? And so that is where the pushback is for me, because I think there is quality out here, and where niggas is starting from the bottom and they grinding it up, and it's seen as, this shit ain't interesting, or this shit ain't quality, but then we'll allow someone else into our community at the cookout. You can come fuck with us, and they don't even have like the cachet for our
Mediocre.
community. They don't
They
they
me.
don't get mediocre. They don't like support for real. But we run into them because of perceived quality. Like
Bro,
Ken said, the white girl can make some macaroni and cheese. You know how many folks can make some macaroni and cheese?
right? But listen,
Like, why do we
though,
have to
listen though.
champion that, but then tell the other nigga you ain't
Listen
got no
though,
motherfucking
listen,
quality?
listen,
That's what I'm
listen.
saying.
And Paris could come up here and tell you when I first met Paris and Paris was making her videos. Paris was already going viral and shit like that, right? But for her YouTube, I kept telling her the content that she was doing, the quality of it was bad just because of the phone. All she had to do was upgrade her phone. She went and upgraded her phone because I told her to, and boom, her content, the quality of her content was getting was looking better and better and better. Not saying like, I'm the reason she was going viral. So she was doing that, going viral and shit on her own, like doing this shit on her own. But it's just the quality, bro. Like the quality, bro. Like it is, and it's all surrounding. Like,
This
okay,
nigga say quality one more
I'm
time.
just saying because I don't think people really be understanding that shit, bro.
Nah,
Like,
but listen though.
and
Listen to what you
it's just,
said. You said you gave her the game and she took it. You said, hey, listen, I think you should X, Y, Z. And she said, you know what? Maybe I should do that. And then at some point in time, she did that. That's what we need. That right there. That little interaction right there, that was fire.
man, come on. We all know that black people don't digest shit well, bro. Like at all. Like me and Paris, we friends. That's why she was able to digest. But people just don't digest it well, bro. Like at all.
But
And
I'll also say this too, Lucci,
I
like,
don't,
and
I don't like that.
because I didn't get into the industry I'm in without somebody helping me, right?
No, we're gonna
And
correct
so,
something. Him saying he told me my phone quality looked bad is not giving me no game. That's not that. He was just saying, hey, from my perspective through my phone, based off of other content creators, your quality could be better to help better your videos. Not he gave me no game. Let's not do that one.
well,
Right.
no,
No, that's
and
game though, Paris.
I
No,
don't
it's not.
think that's, hold on, I don't
No,
think
it's
that's
not.
giving
That's
somebody the
not
game.
game.
I don't
That's
think that's
simply
giving somebody the
saying
game.
from a person who is a spectator, hey, I watch this person content, I watch your content. I can tell your content is of low videography quality. That was nothing else. He just said, hey, you'll be better off with this type of phone because this phone shoots great quality content. At the time, Lucci was shooting content on his, I think it was like iPhone 14 when they first upgraded the 3 cameras. So it was like, I had an iPhone XS at that time. It had nothing to do with giving me game. Nobody gave me no
Paris,
game.
you
Just
falling
a
into
one man
semantics.
band.
No,
Nah,
I'm
it's
telling
not.
you
Yeah,
what
yeah.
semantics
Hold on,
is.
wait.
You
We
falling into
down the
semantics.
hold
rabbit
on,
hole.
I'm
hold on.
clarifying that.
Hold on, we
Ain't
down the
no
rabbit
game.
hole. Let
Ain't
me
no game there.
let me just read Levita's tweet real quick. Because she said, y'all are hypocrites, and one conversation is fuck community, even your immediate, because she made a bad decision, or he is a square and panderer, but also black people are lacking support and need to support Ray J. So Levita, what I'm saying is with that, Stretch, I don't know if you are a bot or not, Stretch. Send me a message or
Now
something.
Stretch cool
But
people.
to
We
that
know
point,
Stretch.
Levita,
We know
huh?
Stretch. Yeah.
You know him? Oh, okay. To that point, Levita, what I'm saying is don't say the negative, right? With this woman in the immediate, like 10 gave the story about his baby mom, whatever, that's the dynamic that they had, right? But 10 also, I'm assuming, didn't go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, look at her car broke down, she can't even,
100
like,
did
he
not
didn't
do
do
that.
that,
But did I
right? And
talk
so
shit
there is
on the
a,
way home in my car, boy? It was up. But no, I didn't
yeah,
post it
so
on
that
social media.
the difference of, like, because a lot of things that go on in our community, we put it on Front Street for everybody else to see that we are being negative, being cruel, and tearing down our own folks. I think that's a stark difference. Maybe I'm tripping.